So we want Hey Nodu. How's everything going? Oh, you did? Okay. What are you working at? Ah. They didn't replace y'all with AI yet? Yeah. Alright, so I need to do my advertisements. What emoji should this session be? Ooh. I can do a vampire, literally. Yes, emoji. There we go. Remember what my old stuff looked like. There we go. Oh, I just realized my mic was on during the startup sequence. Whoops. Turn that off. Alright, looks like everything's working. Hey guys, episode 5. Sorry about the hiatus last week. A couple of things got in the way of it, but of course, I'm still wanting to do it every week, so we are going to plan for that. Hopefully. But anyway, let's do the recap for Yakshi Hairpoint.
Alright, I can give it a go.
Alrighty.
There, I accidentally had the audio open for the other, the Twitch ship. Okay, so, episode 5. We woke up in the camp of Maka, the Zolgathi Arisen.
Yes.
Feeling rested and ready for action. So, we investigated the silver platter that we took from the occult lab under the Kobold village of Durzak, and learned that a red kobold's hand had grasped for the silver platter before swiping something off of it, confirming, well, as far as we knew, that the chalice we were looking for had been taken within the past week, and was either taken by Tresser's friend Lorca, a red kobold enthralled by Maka, or the scale boss Zlurnak, both of whom had red scales. We followed the trail left by the refugees through the fungal jungle, and we saw a plume of smoke ahead. We rushed in to see the aftermath of burning, smoldering ash all around a city made of stone. We were stopped by some Zolgathi at the entrance. They tried to slay us since we weren't from Durzak, but we prevailed and explored further, encountering the Kobold refugees from Durzak behind a barricade, or at least what was left of them. Lorca was among them. She told us that all the fungal growth in the city had been ordered to be burned by scale boss Zlurnak, who they're all obeying without question because it was demanded. Very suspicious. Unfortunately, the journey here was very difficult for the Durzak villagers, and a lot of them were killed in the process of coming there. We asked them to let us through, but they refused because they didn't trust us. But we made a deal. If we would take care of a problem for them, they might let us through. That problem, unfortunately, was ridding the other half of the city of the remaining fungal vegetation and the people living there. We went over there and found the fungal people, including the one that we had seen before. I didn't write the name down again. Oh no.
Sheesk.
Sheesk. Thank you. We concocted a tale about how we made a plan. We would have the fungal people make a temporary escape, and we concocted a tale for the kobolds about how they had left a field of spores in the air that would delay further attempts to burn the fungus for a time. We managed to sell the deception even further by knocking out somebody who had gone to investigate the area. They reluctantly let us through with their weapons, so we were able to enter the temple district, where we met scale boss Zlurnak at last, who immediately revealed his true colors by admitting he wanted to use Tresser as a sacrifice all along. Zlurnak had somehow become a vampire through the use of the chalice, and he taunted us by suggesting that we could save our people by turning them all as well. We didn't have any of it. It was a dangerous fight, but we survived, and Zlurnak did not. In the aftermath of the battle, Maka and Lorca caught up to us, and instead of agreeing to hand over the chalice so that Maka could destroy it, Kel negotiated more favorable terms. Maka would teach Kel how to use the chalice to unlock some of his mental potential. Lorca would be set free, and Maka would agree to attempt to prevent potential subjugation of our people when she returns to her own people. There was some disagreement, as Starnberg wanted to bring the chalice back to his people, since it's apparently a cultural artifact of sorts. But in the end, he relented. And we have the beginnings of a plan. However, we still have a curse to deal with affecting our populations.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have some chicken to get to.
Yes. So, I also realized that I was wondering why my tracking was a little weird. I need to turn on my lights. That would be helpful. I'll be right back. I'll spaz out for a
Good luck.
second, but. Okay, lights are on. Alright, that's a lot better.
Welcome back.
Also, curious why my mouth is sort of reacting to when you guys speak. I don't think it's supposed to do that. But, actually, I think I might be able to tell why that's doing that. Let me do this real quick. Has to be maybe the settings, maybe it's getting the wrong, what you call it. Oh,
So the mouth reacts to sound instead of like actual facial tracking.
Oh, it does. It just uses sound to help it sometimes.
Oh,
Let me see if it's like connected to the wrong audio link. Lip sync. No, it's microphone, USB audio codec. Huh, I guess it. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out next time. That's okay. The like tiniest little reaction. So, that being said, let's begin. As you're all in the aftermath of this battle, some of the kobolds, laying down their arms and such, getting healed by you up here, and basically, you guys have to decide what you're going to do next about the kobolds in town, the mushroom people, even the chalice. You've already made a deal with Maka, and, well, he expects your presence. Yes, presence is the word. At the Silver Refuge that you first found that chalice in. She promised some rewards for it. Specifically to Cal, I believe.
Yes, that's
Ugh.
correct.
Well, now to clean some of this up. Um,
Yes, Tresor, how do you plan on convincing these kobolds to return to our town?
and convincing them to fix all the trouble they caused here in the forest, the jungle.
I don't
Oh.
think I don't think we're gonna ask them to do anything about that last one.
yeah, we can blame that on the scale boss. Um, because he was quite literally using that chalice. So, we just need to convince them to either go back to Durzak or. I doubt they'd go to Lyzak. I was even apprehensive the first time.
I admittedly doubt they would be inclined to return to Durzak either, given that half the town is still underground.
Well,
We
half
have
the town is above the ground.
we have no choice but to bring them to Lyzak. Their numbers are diminished, right? There's people that are missing, I believe. Like that guy up there. He points up towards the altar and the kobold that is there.
Yeah, you have a point. I don't think they're gonna go along with it. And even if they do, Lysakians are not going to take that kindly.
I think the people of Lyzak could use the help, though, given the circumstances of the village. So, if anything, it seems like a little truce of mutual cooperation where people just help rebuild each other might be maybe useful to convince both sides.
It doesn't feel right that the fungal jungle mushrooms aren't getting anything out of this.
They're getting their town back, number one. Number two, what do you think these kobolds actually know about cultivating mushrooms?
Don't you live off of mushrooms?
Yeah, I think we'd know a lot. Do Durzakians know a lot about mushroom cultivation?
Sorry, yeah. I was just messing with the settings again. I just had to turn it off because it was really annoying me. but now there's no lip syncing whatsoever. That's weird. Anyway, yes, Durzak didn't really do much other than fishing. Actually, that was the question, right?
About mushroom cultivation, if Durzak did any of that.
Yeah, they didn't do anything other than really fish, for food at least. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
if not before, then now would be a good time to start seeing what's going on with the fish.
that's not a bad idea.
Well, how do we do anything about the fish? It's, I don't.
It'll be alright. If not fish, you could always eat other things.
Well, we're gonna have to put a stop to this anyway.
Yeah, fix everyone who's already a little sick.
No one else is gonna do it. The trouble is, I don't even know what it is.
Well, at the very least, we can try to convince him to leave this place. Not. It's not going to be easy, but it'd be good if we can do that.
That's what you're here for, Tresser. You're here to convince them. Even though they hate you.
I think I could sway them, now that the
Just-
scale boss is preoccupied being dead.
You should just bring them here and have them look at the corpse up there and tell them what your scale boss did. And what he was going to do to the rest of them, probably.
Yeah, and we have 2 witnesses.
Somehow I get the feeling that not all of them might be all that disgusted by the proposition of ascending to a higher being, I suppose.
The spin is that you tell them that they were probably going to be murdered in a sacrifice soon.
Yeah, I definitely picked that up.
And it's not
Uh,
like they can really blame us for the scale boss being dead, right? It's not our fault.
We didn't really agree to this whole thing. One of the kobolds rushes up and informs you.
Well then, that's
See?
perfect, because then you'll all go back home to Lightzak now.
Lysak, but we don't live there. We don't want. Well, how many of us really are there left?
And your town is half destroyed, too. Think of that. Lightzak has a good set of buildings, while Durzak is not good buildings.
That's true too. Yes.
Maybe it'll be a temporary thing.
Well, if you go there and help them out, they eventually warmed up to me after I proved that I wasn't plotting anything against them. Well, not that much, but a little. I'm sure we could mellow relations enough that both towns could actually work together.
Maybe. I don't know. There's not much of us left anyway, so it's up to you, really.
Could also just be a temporary measure. Just live in Lysak until the town is rebuilt, and you can go right back to hating the Lysak people.
That's a good idea.
I think we should encourage them to be together with us instead of being separate.
Yeah, that would be good. It's. Oh, then there's the shock.
At least until we're able to rebuild and maybe have a better start.
Sforce sort of whispers. So, should we keep quiet about who actually collapsed half of Durzak?
Well, yeah. But just blame Scale Boss.
That's cheeky. No, it sounds good enough.
I mean, what is he gonna do? Tell us no, that's not true? Because, well, he can't.
Hey, as long as everyone knows it's not our fault, that's good.
As long as they know it's not my fault. I was blamed for a lot of that.
It wouldn't have happened without Scale Boss Zlurnak, right?
Oh no, it
Yeah.
still would have happened either way.
I think we can just say that it's his fault and move on. He undermined the town in search of some sort of hidden treasure.
Let's call it a white lie.
I mean, it's not far from the truth if you think about it.
All
Well, let's just say
right.
we'll explain it later.
Are we going to get on with this, or what? Smaga sort of impatiently stamps her foot.
Yes, we're just trying to figure out how to deal with the other kobolds here.
We'll gather them all up. Let them decide for themselves, I suppose.
Yes, that's probably the right way to do it.
Alright,
Well,
so.
let's go get them all together. Chester's gonna start trying to get them to gather kobolds up into either this area or the area where Milk was. Just
Okay,
explain the situation with some sways towards making the party look better.
sure thing. Gather most of the kobolds here. That's pretty much all of them, actually, as we move back over out of the Ashen Ziggurat area, back into the sort of Ashen town here. You gather them all up, and I want a diplomacy check from you. Try and sway their minds.
You see, it very, very simple how it happened. Oh, that's a good roll.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Love to
And I
see it.
explain mostly what happened. A few lies, well, a few, not lies, just skews. To make it sound better.
Lorca nods and sort of helps you to convince the rest of them. Sounds like a good plan. Why don't we just follow along with them? It's not like we have much of a town to go back to for now. Milk sort of comes along as
Yeah.
well.
Catastrophe has struck both of our villages. We can't waste time squabbling with each other. Let's get past this. Then we can squabble again over silly things.
We'll be stronger together.
We squabble better together.
There's that too, but
Alright, well, let's get out of here. This ash has gotten to my snout.
Chester sneezes.
But yeah. Anything else you guys do around here before heading out?
check on the shrooms.
Going on mushrooms, yeah.
Okay.
Shrooms were staying out of town, I thought, for a little bit while we dealt with the issue.
Yes. And they are still just outside of town, expectantly waiting. And as you all bring out the kobolds, she sort of steps out of the woods there, and the kobolds are a little bit uneasy, and Sheesk and the others, the other Leshies, are a little uneasy as well, since they've been just at war with each other over this town. Now they, shrug their shoulders and look to Cal. So, is this it? Are they leaving? Leaving us alone?
Yes, we'll be leaving this
Yep.
town, and they should not be returning here.
It was one problem, Kobold, and yeah, he kind of gave himself the excuse to have us take care of him.
I was half expecting you to double-cross us, but you seem to have upheld your end of the bargain.
I don't entirely blame you for thinking that. You had a lot to lose taking that risk.
Well, we couldn't have lost much more at that point. Alright, let's get back in and try and rebuild all of this. Maybe the ash will
Maybe
do well.
okay?
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
As far as do you
Okay.
wish to stay here for a while and help them?
Um,
We'll take some advice if you have a device, but you don't need to stick around.
I think I'm still needed elsewhere. But happy we're growing. I hope this all passes over as just a bad dream. And the
We
years to
don't
come.
dream. We don't know what that is. Let's just rebuild.
It definitely happened. It wasn't a dream.
But thank you, really. As they rush off to take stock in their destroyed town, or at least their scoured town, which used to be covered in all that fungus. What were you saying, Rask?
I was thinking.
Oh, you were, sorry.
It's such a shame to see such a pretty city get overrun once again with mushrooms.
I think it's
Don't
better
you
for
agree?
everybody if the city remains lost.
I don't know, it seems. Well, from what it looks like, it was a rather important Zlurnak city. Perhaps I will return in time.
And if you harm the people here, we're gonna stomp.
What does I was gonna turn to Maka.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think of this city? Are you acceptable? Is it acceptable for it to be taken back by nature again to you?
Well, if it were taken back, it's not like we couldn't take it back from them. If we wanted to, which, again, we don't. We don't have any designs for your area here. As I have said many times before, it's too backwater, too uninteresting for us to even worry about conquering.
Good.
Surely the rest of the world can't be that much more interesting.
Well, about that. But, anyway, let's get on with it. Let's get your people back to your town. And by the way, are your people not going to, are your people going to be unhappy with me waltzing through that town? You've already got the snake walking through there, I imagine, so can't be that bad for me as well.
Maybe just don't talk.
That's a difficult thing for me to do. But I'll
Great.
try. Let's go.
Just don't call them lesser beings and the like, and you'll probably be fine.
I'll find a different word for it, don't worry.
How about kobolds?
Kobolds. That is technically what you are, I suppose, yes.
What do you mean? Whatever. Let's go.
So,
So what's the psychic thing gonna look like? Is it gonna be pretty? Colors flashing?
what do you mean, pretty? You mean the ritual that I'm going to provide your friend here his powers? I mean, the psychic power, it's oftentimes unseen. We only make it seen when we want you to see it. Sort of.
Oh,
We'll see.
Besides, I'm sure you guys have business in the town while I take care of this.
Cal, what do you even need this kind of power for anyway?
Aren't you just at least a little bit curious?
Yes, that's why I asked.
I'm sure it's so he can hypnotize you and steal your portion of lunch.
Got it.
you're gonna make it really pretty when you start using it, right?
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, and this whole splitting up thing isn't going to work. Remember our deal? You have to give me the chalice, I give you back Lorca. Having you all there would be a little bit more important. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Suppose that makes sense.
Yes, I quite enjoy having a look at your kobold dwellings. Avoided the word there. But yes, let's go and have a look, shall we? So,
Oh,
with that, you guys had woken up this day, and basically by what would be noontime in the Ember Shroud Expanse, you've dealt with this and are heading back. And because of the distances, it's only a couple of hours before you make it back to Lyzak. With all of the refugees, Maka, and as well in tow, you make it back to the town. Let me change the music.
And I'm bringing the potted plant as a gift for either Brock or Croc. It's been a few weeks.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Has it been? It's only been a couple days. Huh?
it's been a few weeks. Like, for us,
Oh,
Brock is the alchemist. Croc was the gatherer. Okay.
Wait, it's been a few weeks since we were last in Lyzak?
no.
Oh my God, no. we
He means out of
like
character.
a day or two.
I'm going to cry all
Ah.
over you people. Don't make me cry on you.
Imagine we would have had time to heal up on the way over here.
Yeah. You would have had plenty of time where Rask was splashing you with water over the course of a couple of hours.
I'm helping.
So, full health.
Do I get full health?
Do you heal yourself?
Yeah,
Yes.
you probably like do medicine along the way too. But yeah, let me get Maka as well. There she is. You're followed by maybe unfortunately, only about a dozen kobolds besides Lorca and Milk. 14
that really
total.
hurts.
I mean, there were
My heart.
not more than 100 in town. Half of them probably perished in the fall,
Oh
and
God.
Doesn't
yeah,
make it better.
well, it's just what's going through your head at the moment. But as you arrive in town, very quickly you are stopped by the Watchmaster Tisk and his guards. All right. Oh, why are you bringing them here?
They have nowhere else to go. Things got a little rough, and some extra hands would probably be appreciated with how things are going with that sickness.
Look, it was a disaster. Okay, we can't just abandon them. They would have done the same for us if our town had collapsed and a lot of us died.
Things are as rough as it is. There's already shortages because you've told us that we can't eat the fish. And fine, here, just go and get your father, your mother. Just get somebody to make a decision here.
All right.
So you think of all the extra mouths to feed, but think of all the extra hands that can work.
I don't need too much done already. That's the problem. Unfortunately.
Send them to the island, the lighthouse, to get mushrooms and food there.
Maybe that might be
Sure.
fine.
Grass goes over to his home and opens the door. Auntie, uncle, we're home.
I'm out here already.
Oh, I didn't see you.
That's fine. I see you've brought in all the Durzakers. I was afraid you would. Gonna take you for a bleeding heart, though, son.
Well, we just couldn't leave them.
There's only a dozen of them. They wouldn't have lasted on their own, probably.
All right. Yeah.
We can set up tents or something, and while we work on temporary shelters, we can have them help with gathering, and and then maybe once things are more stable, we can work on a crew to help rebuild.
Something like that, sure. But for now, you're going to deal with the problem yourself. As in, I need you to be building their tents, and you to be taking care of them. Whoever else in your party is willing to help. Oh, and
They're all
sorry, go on.
they're all willing.
I hope so.
Yep.
I stare at Steinberg. Yeah, they're all willing.
And
I was looking to tend after the wounded.
let me ask you this: have you actually figured out anything in terms of the whole plague that is ravaging our people?
Not as much as I'd like, but some things.
We have some clues.
Some. Well, should
Cal's
deal with it quickly.
gonna point at the plant that Raska's holding. Might have something to do with this.
Why would anyone put a cage around a plant?
I don't know. I just thought maybe Brock and Croc could find something interesting about it.
Well, those two have been bickering about something for the past day or so, really, so you should go and talk to them.
I guess I'd better talk to them.
But yes, take your time. It's gonna take a few days to get everyone situated anyway, and the town can survive a few more days. This sickness is hurting. It hurts me seeing so many people harmed by it, but it doesn't seem like it's killing anybody just yet. We have a little bit more time.
I just hope that once we do find a cure, it's not too late.
Let's hope not. Oh, and here, I scrounged this together. Buy yourself and your friends something. He gives you 20 gold pieces in the party inventory.
Woo!
There's a little bit more, of course, if you actually finish the job, though. So,
Just notice how red Lorca's scales are compared to other kobolds.
it's very red, yes.
She keeps them
Awesome.
polished.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, at this point, you guys have a bit of free reign around town here. You want to have a look around. I fully modeled it, of course. But yeah, there's people to talk to. There's day or downtime activities to get to, helping the refugees and stuff like that if you want to. Or even research, all that. So feel free to go around, do whatever you want. Shops are open and such as well.
I know my first thing is definitely delivering that plant, seeing if they have any interest in it, and then of course seeing what their deal is.
Okay.
Wow, I thought we were doing this pro bono.
You have to be rewarded at some point.
Trezor, can I still take you up on that offer of balancing your humors as you asked?
Chizzer.
Sorry. What did you say?
Can I still take you up on that offer of balancing your humors as you asked?
I think I said that. Yeah, I think I said that. Yeah.
Fine then, I shall start with a little bloodletting.
Yes, you guys are doing that. Rask. Sorry, Cal.
Cal's just kind of looking at those two like
Starbuck
what the heck?
is very noticeably smirking because he knows exactly what he's pulling.
What?
What is he doing?
It's a
You know,
secret to all, even me.
I think he's gonna suck your blood or something.
Wait, what? Hold on, that's
Oh,
not what I.
It's a very old, I'm an old-fashioned kind of doctor, you know? Just a part of the treatment that Trezor specifically requested.
He's gonna pull out a straw and use it on you.
Not a straw. Look, if you have to use a straw, it could at least be like one of those curvy ones. But
No.
you disappoint me.
Anyway, I was joking. I was joking anyhow, so don't worry.
Oh,
So,
hold on. Let me
Rask,
let's see if I can find some stakes.
as you walk up, as some of the party walks up to Brock and Croc, the twin kobold alchemists, one the alchemist, one the herbalist, they seem to be bickering about something before you're interrupting them. I told you that there is something out on the water. Oh, hey, Rask, you're the water guy. Maybe you'll know.
Hi, Brock. Hi, Croc. I have a plant in a cage for you.
A plant in a cage?
Yeah,
Let me see that.
here.
Oh, no, that's Croc. Brock is the herbalist.
We found it in an evil dungeon.
Evil dungeon, alright, let me see. Oh, why is it spiky? And
I have no idea.
this isn't from down here. This wouldn't grow underground, normally. Well, I heard that we are technically underground, so, didn't your friend say that they're from something called the surface?
Yeah, where they have a big lake called the ocean.
The ocean. Well, bring your friend over here. Maybe they know.
Hey, sorry. I don't like shouting. I mean, I'm gonna go over there and get them.
Splash him with some water or something. Get him over here.
Do it. Do it, Rask. It'd be great.
No. Rest starts walking. As far as, big guy.
Hi.
Can I, you come over here and talk to Brock and Croc with me?
Okay.
Because you two are from, wherever you're from.
From the up? Above?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can do that.
Spores. As you walk up, he sort of has like pulled out a frond from the plant. Don't worry, I'm not killing it or anything. I'm just pulling it out so we can see better.
I
Spores.
wasn't even
I
sure
think
if it
that's
was
just the way
alive or
it's
not.
sealed.
It's strangely barely alive, but I can still see some, circulation in it. That's how this works, right? Anyway, have you seen anything like this on the surface?
Bye.
Nature check.
I
Alright.
did a check on that, and I have not seen anything like it.
I'm gonna reroll that. because
Okay.
it's pretty-
As far as
Not meant to be.
at first you didn't want to consider it, but that seems to be a pine tree of some sort, a pine sapling rather. And well, you used to live in a place with a lot of pines, but something happened to them.
Oh boy. Is this one in particular is just withered away, right?
Yeah, it's like a pine tree gets all brown and stuff. I don't know. Hey, wait, no, you don't live in a place with pine trees.
Wait, I don't.
You don't? I thought you
Well,
lived
not
in.
right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, not right now. But like, yeah, I used to see a lot of these, where I used to live.
What is it?
Even from up there. It's a tree.
Yes, but what is
Do you have any of those down here?
What's a tree?
Well, it's this thing. Well, except bigger.
Yeah, it's like hard. It's not like, well, it's almost like hardstock. It's some of the hardest mushrooms down here that we use for wood. That's why you can have wood around town.
It does kind of look like hardstock.
It's even tougher.
So how big are the hardstock mushrooms?
They're about couple feet high. Like
Oh,
2 kobolds.
these trees are maybe 10 kobolds, 20?
Oh,
They're really big.
how do you fit so many of them up there? When they hit the
Well,
ceiling?
the ceiling's much higher up there, I think.
Hmm. Well, that explains these roots, and yeah, this would grow like you said, really high. I don't know why it's in a cage. Maybe they were trying to keep it from growing anymore or something like that.
Did it bite someone?
Well, it's spiky.
So
Maybe trying to get away.
do these trees like bite at people, attack people?
I think some do. Not this one, though.
Wait, what?
Maybe we should try to plant it here and see what happens.
I get the feeling that this one isn't gonna grow anymore.
But why would it be in there?
I think they're using it for some kind of an experiment, or maybe it had some kind of properties that they were using it for. Like,
I could enlighten you, but this would have to wait until there's less eyes and ears around.
why?
What's so
No
secret about
reason.
trees?
Sorry. Or were you who was the last person to say something?
Starberg.
Yeah. No reason in particular.
Well, I'll keep looking at it if you don't mind leaving it with me for a bit.
Akaris actually brought it back to give to you.
Oh, great. Also, the shop's officially open. So if you want to buy anything, you just check in the shop there. Got potions. Croc made them.
We should really stock up on elixirs of life for no particular reason.
Yeah, I mean those are pretty good. Like that taste nice. Wait, what kinds of elixir potions do you have? Do you have the pulp or no pulp kinds?
What?
You know, sometimes they have the pulp in them.
It's a Durzak thing, I think.
Oh, the Durzakers don't like pulp in their drinks?
No, actually, I mean I like it.
Oh, well, then we don't have any.
Oh,
Sorry, Chester. I'll buy it for you if you need something.
thank you.
So, what else do you guys do in town here?
Really want to go buy a wet and potency rune.
I was thinking of actually like earning some money by, tending after the wounded of the refugees.
You're gonna charge them for it?
Well, I'm in need of money. Okay, they'll understand.
Well, Spores, if possible, is going to help with the food situation by either teaching them subsistence or like subsisting for them, at least for a bit.
Yeah, roll survival checks for us, and Starnberg roll a medicine check.
More like it.
Actually, I should have had you guys hit the earn income macro for this.
Oh, I can
point.
earn
I figured.
income with diplomacy. I'm pretty sure.
With your merchant stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Spores, very easily, I think that would be a critical success. You help them subsist over the course of the day here. Or actually, we're gonna say you guys will have like sort of 3 days downtime as you're trying to get the refugees sort of settled at the very least, because you've been saddled with the problem. If that is fair.
Sure. Does everybody get to earn income then?
Yeah.
How do you run the? check. I found it. But,
You
like,
drag it onto your macro bar, and then you should be able to use it.
And we get money from taxes.
So task level 2, you, if you are trained, critically succeed. Task level +1. So you get 5 silver pieces per day. So 1.5 gold for spores, and Starbuck, you only succeeded, so you get 9 silver pieces. Starbuck.
That's still a
It's
big
not
win
letting
for
me copy it over.
Cal's gonna help set up and build some shoddy shelters.
That's fine. If you can't get the macro working, just roll your check.
Alrighty. $18 is not bad.
Oh, there we go. Kyle got it. So 9 silver
How?
pieces. And 18 Chester, you would get 9 silver pieces as well, yeah.
And since I can't really do much fishing, I'm helping out with my survival skills as well.
Okay.
Poorly.
Poorly, yes. You only get 12 copper pieces. You're distracted during the days, and you're more concerned with trying to figure out how to solve this plague than help these people.
I'm also probably getting really tired of hearing, like, bickering and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have gone done the psychic thing first?
Maka's just been hanging around, researching on these emerald tablets that she seems to bring with her. Oh, yes, no, take your time. I don't exactly have anywhere to be. I'm just worried about getting my chalice.
Cal holds on to it the whole entire time.
There's no way, I'm not a thief. But yeah, if you guys want to, you can walk into any of these buildings. Nobody's gonna be like, hey, don't do that. You know, check them out.
Start smashing pots.
Cal's gonna go up to the guards here.
It's a nice place.
I have to turn off the foreground for the stream. There we go.
Hey, what's this room for, Rask?
Let me tell you about it.
This is the town hall, basically. And there's a rudimentary faith that sometimes goes on here, just worshipping the lake itself. And that's about it. Sometimes
Does the lake
marriages
have a
happen
name?
here. It's just a lake. There's only ever been one lake.
The lake, yeah.
Well, what do you do if there's other lakes?
No, we'll call it the other lake.
Are you gonna get married here? Rask?
No, nobody's ever gonna want me.
Aw.
Aw.
But you got these cute floppy ears.
That... That... But... What?
Yeah, someone's got it like that. You'll find someone.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
As you guys are walking around inside here, just exploring the town, since Sforz has never been here before. Cal, you've stepped up to watch your tisk. You were thinking about buying something?
Yes, but I had to confirm with the group first if I'm allowed to do it.
No,
I guess I can't.
I'm kidding. Like, I'm kidding. Like, you need equipment. Like, you do some weird magic stuff that I mean, I think it's inefficient, but like, if it works.
I don't have any objection to it.
Yeah, you can buy some of our surplus now that we went and looted Durzak. They left almost everything behind, so...
Don't say that too loudly in front of them, please.
Oh, they're over there. It's fine.
You know, since you looted this stuff, I should get a discount.
Roll a diplomacy check.
They were about to go back to their town if it weren't for us.
Well, I mean... What's his will save? 15.
Oh my gosh.
Or you could pay the full price, finders keepers. You know, you should have looted it first. You were over there first before us.
You are correct. I'm gonna buy that potency rune.
Okay. Yep.
There's
There's
champagne in his voice.
potency runes, folding ladders, manacles, repair kits, spyglasses, and some basic weapons and armor. And the town watch supplies.
That floating ladder would probably be really helpful.
Rask, do you think you would ever take either of your parents' positions in the town? Like, lead?
I don't think anybody would want me as a leader.
I mean, that's not really the question I asked, but
Well, what do you mean then?
would you, like, go for that? Would you try to lead your people if the need arose?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if I had to.
You don't have to have a good answer. I'm just making conversation. I'm just curious.
No, it's okay. I guess I just never really thought about it before. I always figured Cal would be the one to do that.
Yeah, I can see that. You're easier to talk to, though. Don't tell Cal I said this, but he's a little bit rude sometimes.
He's really cool though. Like, he's really good at exploring. He's really good at like all.
Oh, he certainly is. He can do that, but I don't know if leadership would do well with him. I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm just rambling.
I get nervous and I shut down when there's a lot of noise, and I don't really know the right things to say to people, and a lot of times I just when I get stressed I just want to go away. I want to fish, and right now there's like no fishing. I mean, I can, but I just have to throw it back, which we do, and I want to get out of the water on the ferries.
Yeah, that's good. Wait,
Well
we have
said.
more pressing matters, though.
You guys had a look at the little library, actually,
Yeah,
made
yeah,
of
yeah.
mushroom skin, paper, sort of thing. Could be a place if you wanted to do some like research to the town records or anything like that. Would be useful.
Probably a good idea, actually.
Actually, this
That's
is a great
generally
idea.
good idea.
Well, one, I should convince Cal to transfer this rune over onto my pick.
I can't. Just letting you know, I can't.
You don't have crafting?
I don't have magic crafter.
Oh. Do you plan on getting it?
I mean, it's gonna cost the same amount of money either way.
Well, the town has weapon potency runes, so you imagine somebody around here would be able to do it.
Yeah, I could probably just pay someone to do it. How much would it cost to pay someone to do it?
For a Durzaker, 1 gold piece.
Oh, sweet. I'm
For
going
my
to
Zacker?
use diplomacy to find and get a deal on this. I'm not asking for a discount. I'm just...
Yeah. Roll your diplomacy. Cal, how'd you get undefined gives gold pieces to undefined?
I think I accidentally dragged a gold piece to the shop instead of to
Oh,
myself
okay.
to buy that ladder.
Sir, don't commit fraud in the middle of our game.
I'm not the one who does crafting. You have to ask Brock and Croc. They're the
Croc and
crafters.
Croc.
Because they can craft potions, they can... I don't know.
Hey, Brock and Croc. Both of you. Really, really good crafters. Would you mind transferring a rune for me? I'll pay.
Well, let's see, since you asked really nicely, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, cool.
Just need to give me the rune, I'll just do it.
I give him the pick rune and my tricky pick, and the payment of 1 gold.
Oh, dude, you don't need to pay me 1 gold. You asked really nicely.
Oh, thank you.
But yes, you can just transfer it over to the tricky pick. It takes a day, but you're not. They're doing it for one of the days of downtime.
Cal's also
Is
gonna
Cal
buy that.
holding on to all the money?
I mean, what money?
Just like Parenth.
Cal, I can get a better deal than you. I have Bargain Hunter.
Listen, I just bought a rune. I bought that ladder.
I just realized I forgot to finish that conversation with Brock and Croc the other day.
I'm just gonna research.
What is it, like one of those Skyrim dialogues that you didn't click?
Basically, yeah.
What was it?
Croc, you were telling me yesterday about stuff about the water.
Oh, yeah, well, no, we were bickering about it. We didn't tell you anything, but you must have overheard us, so, yeah.
Something like that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, there's this, thing that's been running around in the water. Has a big fin on the back of it.
Yeah, Voresh.
It has a name?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I noticed it sort of stays at the southern end of the lake. You know where that is. It's south of town. South of, like, you know how we made this system of cardinal directions out of the Shroom Spire, even though we don't, south.
Yes, I know.
Though that part of the lake, we almost never really take our boats because it's really dangerous. The reefs there and the shoals and the coves and the rocks everywhere. It's not really good to go over there. But I thought I saw it, like, milling around over there. Maybe that'll help.
And if this whole issue with the fish has anything to do with somebody wanting to deal with the unstated peace, then we might find some answers over there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing this up to me.
Sure, yeah. Still working on that ruin for your friend.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I could probably assist Cal in research. But then we're using a lot of time.
I think researching the plague is kind of important.
Yeah. I just mean, like, I already used my downtime to bargain hunt.
yeah. But we'll say you could, in between bargain hunting, do, like,
Alright.
a little bit of research. You can just make
A little
check.
bit of research. Either helping Cal or doing it myself with
Mhm.
esoteric lore.
Other ideas for research could be like any places that might support somebody living there or something.
You mean like a hermit?
Stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. Cal, you head into the mushroom library.
I'm gonna do a little bit of research in between to see if there's been any other like magical curses or any other big plagues in the history of the town.
Okay. Roll me a society.
I'm really good at this.
It's not terrible for you. +3 baseline. As you're pouring through everything, every so often there's reports of a sickness, somebody dying from some sort of sickness, but never anything that's affected the lake like this. It's new.
We could do research on the
The shark?
area south of the town.
Hmm.
Surely somebody's had to have gone over there at some point.
But I would tell you all about the area south of the town where Voresh has been seen returning to frequently.
Or what has
Hmm.
been seen returning to that shark?
Yep, Voresh, the unsated beast.
Could
Have
I do an esoteric lore check on Rask specifically? He is a creature. That shark. No, not Rask, the player
I was
character.
like, what?
Yeah.
The freaking shark that you
Yeah.
saw.
Sure. Go for it.
I'd like to make an esoteric lore check on Rask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that might actually be
Such a
valid.
creature.
Tresser,
I mean, they're clearly related.
looking through the books and thinking about what you've heard and the history of both your towns, despite not many kobolds ever really having any reason to go down to the shoals in the south end of the lake here, there have been sporadic reports of, boats that drifted close to it, detailing a large creature that makes it its home. It's sort of almost a myth that they tell their kobold children because they can't really explain why the tides bring ships in there and crash them, so they just say there's a monster there. But maybe there's some truth to those myths that get told to some of the Durzaker and Lysaker children.
Hmm.
At least
But this is a very old shark.
seems
Or
so,
this-
yes.
Family.
But it seems also that it never really left that area up until very recently. Else there'd have been big problems in the past.
So maybe a lot of fishing was done and it got hungry and it moved. Cast a curse somehow. How would a shark cast a curse?
I don't think
Maybe
the
it
shark
has-
was the progenitor of
Maybe
that
there's
curse.
a witch of some kind.
That is Tresser and Cal's research, as though you guys can do no other research within that 3 days.
I guess, well, we know where we need to go then. Kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what kind of food do you serve around here?
I can take you to the
Fish.
the
Give
bar.
us the fish.
I'm not giving you the fish.
What's
Oh.
this bar thing you have? What's it called?
Doesn't have a name.
It's Rock's Kobold Bar.
Do they serve rocks?
It was called Rock's Tavern last time I checked. Why did they change it so quickly?
Well, I mean,
Yes, in here we have food.
Hello, new creature. What do you want? And since you're new here, I have no relation to Croc or Brock. I am Rock. Different family.
Looks very different
Towards-
too.
Lowers his hand and closes his mouth.
How about something cooked over an open fire for 3 hours? Do you cook that long? I have to have my stuff char-broiled, deeply, deeply burnt. That's all I can eat, really.
Disgusting.
Excuse me. You're sitting right next to me, and you would say such a thing to my face.
Sorry.
Why don't you try something that I would eat? You've never tried something char-broiled? Or completely charred? Completely? Like, all the way through?
Well, no, I haven't.
I think I burnt something a day or so ago. It's still in the trash can. I can go get it.
Yay.
Yeah. Burnt ends. I think they call it somewhere.
The ends of what?
I don't know.
Can you put that on the fire for a little bit longer, please? Just like a
Oh,
little bit longer. 10
warm it
minutes.
up. Yeah. Oh, I sell other things though. Yeah, look. This funny leaf makes you happy.
Rock, are you selling the cutlery again?
Oh, I always get
Right.
too much. I always order too much. I have to sell it too.
Are you using drug rules in this campaign?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Just as long as there's not an alchemist in the party trying to get everyone addicted to substances.
And I love how the first person you wanted to do that with was the champion. Like,
Hey, you could have been a champion of Caden Killian.
oh my
I wouldn't
god,
have
you're
known.
right.
The cutlery is ammunition for the spoon gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this implies the existence of a spoon gun.
There's also
I also sell this bloodshot eye coffee. It makes your eyes bloodshot. I don't know what this label says about the Padishah Empire of Kalesh. I don't know what that is, but I invented this.
I mean, what's Kalesh then? If you invented it, you had to know what you were putting on there.
I think I was high when I invented it.
On Flayleaf?
Too much blood eye coffee?
No, it was the flavor. Yeah, it was the flea leaf.
and you look at him, he does have like his eyes are a little bit funny. What is that
And
called?
Bloodshot?
Maybe
Why?
a little bit. No, his eyes are like different directions.
Cross-eyed.
Cross-eyed, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Here's your charred stuff.
Ah, perfect. Finally, something to eat around here. You see, surprisingly, she like gobbles it down almost like a fish, like chokes it down,
Rex is just kind of staring
or like a
with this
seal.
glazed over look.
You said you were going to try some.
I think it's more like you said I was going to.
Yes, brother. I think it's time for you to try some.
Cal.
Try something new in your life.
I can try some.
Okay, yeah, I'll
If
try.
Maka is offering it, Boris is grabbing a burnt end himself and trying to copy how she did it.
I mean, it's not gonna kill me, right?
Oh, well, it's what we have to eat, really. We can't eat anything that's still wet.
I'll try biting into it.
It's basically like biting into charcoal. So, you're supposed to gobble it all down all at once. It's got that umami flavor at the back.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Fine. No fun. That's why your friend is the one who'll get the psychic powers. Your brother, actually, I suppose.
You remember?
I'm picking up on a few things. I seem to be being influenced by the locals, as it would be said.
That's not a bad thing.
As you were saying, new experiences are good for you, are they not?
Of course, yes. Speaking of new experiences, I think it's about time we get this whole situation sorted. With your friend, with your psychic awakening, and with my chalice. Shall we head over to the refuge?
Okay.
Everyone else?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Everyone get a hero point, because I think you all did good at roleplay.
Thank
Oh,
you.
oh,
I'm very
thanks.
happy with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need these hero points, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So, that being said, how do you get back to Durzak?
For us to walk there.
We take the boat through the water. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a walk, just around to the north, rather. So, walk up to... Actually, no, yes, it is to the north. Forgetting my own system. Change the music a little bit. And you guys are already here. There we go. But now with Maka and Lorca.
This feels like deja vu. Like we were standing
Wait,
like
what is
this.
Lorca? Oh, right. Yeah.
That's part of the point of this is to free Lorga.
Gee guys,
I'm not sure this is legal.
why are we going back to Durzak? It's nothing but a ruin now.
It's half a ruin.
Well, that's true. Remember when I knocked on your door and told you there was a big collapse?
Wait,
No.
she knocked on your door, and that's
Well,
how you
yes.
found out about it?
Yes. Well,
You
yeah,
must be a very heavy sleeper.
Were you dreaming when you, Because you were really, sleeping. I had to knock a lot.
Yeah, I was sleeping very deeply. Some kind of a dream. Don't remember all the details. It was good though. It was a good dream.
Well, we're here. Why are we here? Oh, just wait a moment. We're going to go inside the refuge here and explore a little bit. Isn't that right?
Yes, just to finish taking care of some business, and then we'll be back to Lysac soon enough.
So,
So, excuse me.
sorry, go ahead. No.
So, is this a good time to mention that this whole ruin is of a vampire make?
Ugh.
Really?
Oh, so you
fine-
recognized it.
Does she fall in the trap? Out of curiosity.
Since you asked, let's roll her perception check.
Are we
None of
warning
us
her
has
about
bothered
this?
to tell her. I love this.
I think she's fine.
Oh,
What?
Okay.
24.
Did
Okay,
you pick
so-
a level 20 NPC?
Not level 20, but
Level 19, I bet.
oh, that was the. Your vampire friends need to hide their traps better.
I agree.
Yeah, none of us fell for that. It was very easy to see.
It led to a pit of undead things.
Oh, quite the cathedral. This is. Lorca, why don't you stand right in the center there? Okay, sure. Alright, let's put the chalice back where it was. As you might have figured out, its location here within this cathedral gave it some certain different abilities.
I pull out the platter and set it down.
Oh, good, you
Oh.
didn't sell that yet.
No, I held on to it the whole time.
Oh, you can sell it after we're done here.
Okay.
Cal pulls out the chalice and places it where the marker on the platter was for it, or where it had been sitting.
Alright. Since that chalice is out of both of our hands, I think I shall start with my show of good faith. Lorca dear, you've been so kind, but I'm sorry it has to end this way. You're going to be very confused after I break this ritual, and I hope you don't hate me for it. I don't think I have much care, though. As Lorca sort of like shudders for a moment. What do you mean? You're my best friend. Oh, yes, of course, of course. Lorca, Maka, just with the flick of her wrist, sort of seems to break something. There's sort of the sound of a shattering, and seems to have shattered Lorca's mind for a moment as she blinks and sort of steps back for a moment. What the hell? Why'd you do that to me? You didn't help me. You tackled me. And made me sit there for a ritual and...
You okay, Lorca?
Chesser, well, I remember everything. It's just all weirdly jumbled in my mind. Everything
after that ritual tells me that I'm friends with this. Get me. I don't want to be here anymore.
If it helps,
Uh,
it's very possible that what she did also protected you and helped you stay alive.
But
So there's that.
what?
It also caused a lot of problems.
I undermined my own town because of her.
Yeah,
She told me I was helping everybody. I believed her wholeheartedly because that spell. You shouldn't be friends with her. If you're not, if you're
Maybe I was
my
wrong.
friend. She
Oh.
sort of storms out.
don't worry, we're not friends.
We're not friends with her.
Well, I told you that would happen.
This is more important.
No. Sorry, Chester.
Chester's just gonna check up on Lorca, catch her up to speed, assure her that he doesn't like Macaw either, and was really on the edge of killing that fish.
Roll diplomacy check. Because she's
I don't
not
think
going to
we're
be
getting her.
easily convinced after everything that's happened.
Something that they see on her.
I'm tempted to hero point that. I'm gonna hero point that. Oh, come on, don't roll lower.
Well, thanks for making sure to help me out. I know things haven't always been, friendly between even us two. I think she had me even run to your door and send you on this sort of wild goose chase. She manufactured this whole thing, our whole town's destruction, because of me. Is the spell she cast on me.
It wasn't because of you, it was only because of her. You just happened to be there.
I guess. I
I
was
don't-
out in the caverns just, mining for, copper or something, but. And I was tackled, knocked out. And before and I woke up and this person saved my life, and I owed them everything. That's what my mind said. I feel violated.
It's terrifying.
That's what that psychic stuff gives you. I don't trust your friend also getting this psychic power stuff. Messing with other people's minds is not something you should do.
Yeah. I don't like it. But I really just want Macaw to get out of here. Just get out of our mess. He's done enough harm.
If that's what it takes, fine. And as you stay out here to console and sort of catch Lorca up, we go back to the inside here. Alright. I've given you one thing. Now you give me my thing. And then I'll give you your thing in return. And then we'll all be done here.
Cal just gestures to the chalice.
Sort of gingerly steps up the staircase and the sweeping hand. Cal. Sort of inhaled there for a moment, as if to say
Oh.
something.
Cal's on guard still. Like he's not like just sitting here like in case she tries something,
Yeah, Rask is like in high anxiety mode, and you can kind of see like water starting to swirl around him, like he's really agitated.
He swipes the chalice. Don't get your trousers in a bunch. Not going to do anything. I still can't do much of anything at all.
What's the trousers?
It's the thing you wear on your legs. Anyway, Cal. I have my bargain to uphold, and, well, gives me the opportunity to explain how I'm able to do it. You see, these chalices, this cathedral, in fact. You see all these cages. Did you ever wonder why these cages were here? Why anyone would be imprisoned within a cathedral of all places?
Well, I figured that this place was full of the victims of that, like that kobold
Oh,
drinking blood.
no. This place wasn't exactly for victims. It was for, well, experimenting. Starnberg's kind. Long ago, they created my people, in a way. We were always down here, but in a more primeval form. Lizards crawling along, scouring the surface of these caverns for food. Nothing beyond the simplest of minds. For whatever reason, this seems to have been lost to our own history. Your people took great strides to uplift, awaken creatures, or at least try and see what they can do to awaken them. That's the original purpose of these chalices, by the way. To awaken creatures out of their primordial slumber, so to say, to give them a consciousness, a conscious form, the ability to think, to reason. That's what they gave to us, the Zulgath. We are uplifted, as we know, by your enigmatic people. But those days are far gone. That's centuries at least. Most of our people have waned since then, back to more primordial ways almost. Not all of us remained as enlightened as I do, and as some of my other kind do.
How many of you are there still?
Well, I'm not. It's not to say that I am hundreds of years old. No. I was born decades ago, we'll say. It's just that my people have a moat inside of them that can still be activated, still be pulled out of us if the right circumstances apply. If our wills are strong enough, we can awaken ourselves even further, or rather back to what was supposed to be our kind. And yes, we have a civilization, not too far from here. A people. It has waned, of course, since the times of yore.
So are you from here or from where they came from? He gestures to Sforce and Starnberg.
Oh, no, our kind has never went to the surface. We have remained in this place. The caverns. And since these chalices are meant for uplifting creatures, those already of sapient mind can be awakened too. If they have, of course, the right, well, intellects on them, which I believe you might, actually, judging by your practice of magic.
Cal just kind of nods at that.
There is but one requirement. She looks over at Starnberg. The blood of one of your kind.
Oh, I don't. Hold on. I don't necessarily want to be like that kobold was.
No. That's not how this works. That kobold sacrificed one of his own kin to become a vampire. This would simply be imbibing the blood of what would be called, at least in their words, a more enlightened race of creatures. Excuse the dogs outside.
Cal just looks over to Starnberg.
Starbuck just shrugs. Look, I'm willing to help you out with this, but blood for blood, as they say. I do have a certain need.
What do you imply?
Well, I would ask him for a bit of his own blood for a bit of my own. That is all.
Yeah, the bloody victuals of you vampires. There can be no other way, I suppose.
I don't think that's how nutrition works.
All right. I guess if that's the cost.
I don't like this, Cal.
You don't think I should do it, huh?
It's up to you.
Hey, I'm down to see something neat. If that helps.
Has he done it to you, Swords? You were traveling
No.
companions, weren't you?
Oh no, I just squatted on his property for a bit.
And I kicked
A
him
few
out
times.
as soon as I noticed.
Yeah, but we're friends, right?
No.
Oh.
You kind of act like friends. I mean, you kind
By
of
the
remind me
way,
of me and Cal.
the choice is with you, Cal. Just, don't worry, I won't bite you if you so choose. I can just give you one of my syringes.
You haven't been biting other people, have you?
I have not, no. That is, a bit too apparent. Syringes are so much cleaner and leave not much in terms of marks, you see.
Are the people you've been taking it from willing, at least?
More or less willing.
What about, like, bandits stuff?
Oh, I don't really come across those kinds of ilk. As mentioned, I mostly deal with poor people, and I do ask before taking their blood. It's just they don't know what reason I usually take their blood for.
You eat poor people?
I don't. That's putting it very bluntly, but of a sort. Besides, I offer quality medical services in return, so it's a fair trade in the end.
It's all very fascinating, but what will it be?
Fine. I'll accept it, as long as it stops you from potentially preying on other people as well.
Well, I'm not gonna be preying on anyone, don't you worry.
Well then, step up. Just
Like
need to.
just uses one of his own fangs to like prick his thumb, more or less.
As you pour just a sort of thimble of blood into the chalice, Maka sort of runs a finger along its edge, and it's sort of like those ringing glasses, or those, what do they call it, resonating glasses. It sort of rings, and as that ring is made over and over again, that sort of tone increases from it, before the blood turns to this silvery color instead of the blood. Blood of the full moon. Here you are. Your mind will be awakened from the silvery sheen of it. Drink.
You're absolutely certain this will not make me like that kobold?
It will not. It requires the blood of kin. I'm pretty sure you are not related.
Of course not. Kat will take the chalice and kind of eye it for a few moments before quickly drinking it.
Quickly down it, and almost tastes like berries, though it's a thick substance, almost like drinking down liquid silver in a way. And as it hits you, it's cold on the inside. And it's almost like you're beginning to have a brain freeze. Something in your mind is beginning to solidify. Something right at the front of your temple, between your eyes. Something ice cold, sort of almost burns at the front of your temple. Something feeling as if it is being forced open. Your psychic awakening. Through it, you remember that ember that you felt early on your own journey before you met everybody else. That ember grows cold. You've chosen a different path. For what it means, you're not sure. And for as soon as it's done, after a few, I should say, after a few seconds, it feels like it just peters out. Nothing really feels all that different, except for a tingle in your head every so often when you focus intently on anything. It'll take a little bit of mastery, but, well, you seem to feel like you've already been prepared for it.
Cal calmly opens his eyes again after he had closed them from the feelings and whatnot. And he hands the chalice back silently.
Very well. I hope it serves you. It certainly has served me. I will remove this chalice, because it, well, it dampens your psychic abilities too, by the way. Anybody who is granted the abilities of psychic awareness by these chalices is dampened by them as well. Don't know why they created it that way, but, well, it's only a mile radius around, really. I guess that's it then. I appreciate all the work you've all done for me, and I hope my gifts are payment in due.
Yes, thank you. That is good enough.
So easily.
So how are you feeling, little Culver?
Mako sort of pushes past Tresser. Oh, yeah, didn't know you were still out here. This is goodbye. Sorry about that, Lorca, if that means anything to you. And she leaves.
Goodbye.
And she's gone.
Finally. You alright, Cal? You feel alright?
Relatively. Not gonna be able to really
That's good.
tell very well until she's gone.
How did it taste?
Fruity.
Oh. Starbuck can have a try too?
No.
Aw.
It's weird. I figured it would taste more like Maka's food.
Anyway, you know the deal. He sort of like hands a syringe to Cal. I won't be doing it if you don't want me to, so just bring it to me once you're done.
We can do it once we're back at town.
Fair enough.
We are in a town.
A town that's not mostly destroyed.
Only half.
The atmosphere is a
It's
bit
not
too
mostly.
dire for this kind of procedure. I would rather not draw blood in the presence of torture instruments. There's something rather wrong about that.
I agree. I kind of feel sick to my stomach in here.
We're gonna
Alright.
leave, don't worry.
Similar.
You guys head back out. Lorca coming along as well. Back to Lysak. And I'll change the music. And of course, the Mecca's not here. There.
Hooray!
Mind if we take like a couple-minute break here?
Yeah, that's what I planned. So,
Okay.
we'll take a 5-minute break here. Everyone watching, we'll be back in, well, 5. Yes. See you in a bit.
Woohoo.
Bye bye.
Alright, we're back. So, where were we? I believe you guys had just made it back into town. After Cal's psychic awakening of a degree. And freeing Lorca as well. What do you guys do now that you're, back in town?
We should probably make preparations to go south.
That's right.
Is that where we'll find the source of the plague?
Hopefully.
We very well might.
That's where I think it is.
Voresh, the unsated beast, seems to be going down there a lot. So if he's making his lair there, well, is he making his lair there, or is he attracted to something there? I don't know. But either way, that seems to be a point of interest.
Either way,
And if
it's probably
Voresh is
also a good
interested,
idea.
if Voresh is interested in that, then whoever's behind the curse is interested too.
Probably also a good idea to get rid of Voresh, you know? It's good to make sure sick animals can't screw up the food chain.
I guess we could
Well, that-
try, but the moment we shoot at it, it could just swim away.
But you can swim after it, right?
What did
We'll
you
figure
say?
something out.
Well, you never know until you try. So, are you guys going to rest the night here? Because you've been back and forth a little bit today. And just head out tomorrow morning?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, you guys can find lodgings or tents or whatever, anything to get you to sleep. And make sure when you do your rests that you recover your spell slots and maybe even prepare different spells if you want to.
I am a druid, I could do that.
Yep.
One day I'll be able to do that at like level 5.
May I prepare different spells?
Yes, rage or rage.
That sounds like a hard choice.
Okay. And as far as you don't have to like make the choices immediately, you can, as you're walking along, think about like the spells you want. As soon as you get into a combat or a location, then you have to
That's why
lock
we're
them
locking in.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
But yeah, as you guys prepare yourselves and let the town know, let your uncle know, let your father know. Is there anything at all you do before you leave?
I can't think of anything else I need.
Okay. Move your tokens to the left side of the place if you are leaving now, or if you're ready to leave. Just signifying
towards-
such.
Toys begs Cal to try moving something from a distance.
I don't know if psychic is like kineticist, where you do get like some sort of like minor psychic abilities that you can just like interact with things with.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything actually psychic about psychic.
I mean, they should at least give you a prestidigitation or something like that. But yeah,
That'd be nice.
with that being said, you all prepare yourselves and leave town out to the greater Ember Shroud expanse. My little rendition here. So, you were told that his location was on the southern shoals, the sort of rocky bottom of the lake here. How do you go? What do you do? Do you take a boat? Do you take land? What's the plan?
Hmm.
We could all just swim across.
I'd rather not, especially with my pack. I'd probably sink a bit. Why don't we take a boat?
Should we? Isn't Voresh still out there?
We should walk.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't think we want to have our boat eaten by Voresh, do you?
And it turned out to be far, so we should probably just walk.
Okay.
It's not as dangerous down this way than it is compared to up north, right?
It's a little bit more of a barren sort of moors, if you could call them moors. Like there's just like mosses along like rocky outcroppings. Not much. Dangerous.
And if it's a long travel, we have tents.
No, it'll take you less than a day. The Embershard Expanse, while big, is not that big. And you would make it about, I know it says like 12 feet, but it's much further than that, of course. Make it a couple of hours. Go along, trekking through the sort of mossy, rocky fields, so to say, of the Embershard Expanse. Before you start seeing a lot more jagged rocks along the shore here, you soon begin to realize that, well, there are a lot of jagged rocks along the shore, but there's also a lot of jagged rocks that sort of shoot up out of the water, further out into the water itself, rather than just the shoreline. And you also get the impression that there are these little beaches that are sort of like strewn between some of those pillars that are out in the water. Not so much along the shoreline, though. It's just treacherous rock that would bash you against them if you tried to swim into them. You get the impression the only place that you could really get close to Voresh, or whatever it's sort of looking for out there, would be to get out on the water and between some of those pillars that rise out of the water itself.
That is concerning.
I think it might be a good idea to check around the shore, see if there's anything on land first before we go out there.
Okay. Go for a survival check, I'll say.
Sure. Once I find it, 1 second.
Well, you look along the shoreline and you don't find all that much of particular interest. There's no like civilization, there's no signs of people, all save for one little rowboat that got itself lodged up in the rocks there, somehow still in one piece. Maybe it could be useful.
What do you all think? Should we go explore those areas out there between the rocks?
Yeah, maybe. Should I bring the rowboat over?
If we have anything bigger, I would rather not go there in a dinghy.
I don't think we have anything. We've seen all of Lyzak's boats. I don't think that's in the cards.
Don't know until you try.
We should be cautious. That's what I think.
So how far is it? Is the boat on our
Boat
side?
itself is, yes, it's on the shoreline. It's in the rocks a little bit there. And it's in it's a less like a tumultuous spot. That's the only way it could have survived. And those beaches that are between the like rocky pillars out in the water, they're only like 100 yards out. Football field.
This should be trivial. We'll be fine.
We always ride ashore if we see anything in the distance.
Okay, actions. Who's doing what?
I am searching.
I'm repeating a spell with root reading,
Okay.
just in case it tries to approach us from below or something.
Hmm.
Voresh, that is.
I have sailing lore, and I want to claim that as an action roll to
Yep.
try to get a decent DC on controlling the boat.
Sure thing. The boat's pretty sizable. Looks like this a smaller sort of fishing boat, so you could all fit into it. It's not like, well, I think I said rowboat earlier, but it's a little bit. It's enough for you guys to fit into. Just so you don't see all that much of particular note. However, as you were sort of bringing the boat up from that sort of rocky outcropping that it got stuck in, you realize it might need a little bit of repairs before you can completely head out. Got a hole in it.
Sailing lore to aid somebody's craft?
Not gonna work.
Cal can try to fix that hole. He'll probably try to harvest some.
Probably the only one who can.
22 on my aid.
We'll gather some of that hard mushroom that's nearby if there's any, and try to fix it at that.
Hard stock.
Okay. Cal, you look around, well, there's not all that much that could be really, like, nailed into it, though Chesser has a bunch of junk in his backpack. You can find something. He probably has some nails with him, too. And you just barely, with Frask's sort of go ahead because of his aid success, DC was 16 for fixing this thing, get it working.
Sweet.
It's seaworthy, at the very least. Oh, I should change the music. It's not Lysac music anymore. Let's see. Wind. Where is my... I had water. Where? That's okay. Yeah, I can find it here. Lake. By Lakeshore. There we go. And then music, because I don't like just having ambience. Let's do this one. Alrighty. So, as you are all getting prepared and getting onto the boat, I do need that sailing lore check once more from Rask to guide the boat through the decently treacherous waters here.
Come on, big money, big money, big money. Stop. Reroll.
Okay. You're starting to lose control of it, but then you realize maybe you could use a different strategy.
Can I aid him?
Yes, you absolutely can.
1 second. I'll just close my sheet when I need it the most.
You can aid, but still 12 up to 13 is going to be a failure. Each of you takes 1d6 points of damage. Actually, I'm going to say 1d4, and I'm going to roll it for everyone. As it slams against one of the rocks, you're all getting a little bit jostled, but that's basically it. You don't take all that much damage, just 1 point. The boat seems to be surviving okay as well, for the moment, but you can't fail too much like that.
Rask, let me take the lead here.
What? Okay.
He's gonna grab the oars or whatever.
As you both have skill on boats, you've done it your whole life. Cal, though, a little bit more confident. Perhaps.
For now. Just want another roll?
Yes.
Watch it be worse. Oh my gosh.
16. Let's see an aid check.
Okay, here we go with the aid. That should be 20. I was half right. I was half right.
Even so, I set the DC at 16, so just wanted to see if you wanted to help a little bit. Nevertheless, you just barely get some headway and start rowing into the treacherous beaches here. I'm going to move us over to a new scene that I threw together in 2 hours before the session because I figured you guys would get a little bit ahead of just town stuff.
Nice.
Let me see, where are you guys? Come from the shore, so you come from up here. So not too shabby for a 2-hour job. Almost immediately, as you get out onto the beaches, you notice something very strange. Peering through some of the pillars that sort of protect almost this sandbar that's sort of formed up because of how, well, the sand can form against these pillars. This larger sandbar here, this larger island, essentially, that seemingly has some large figure buried halfway into its sand, lying there.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, though, you wouldn't be able to get the rowboat in here. You would have to go around a different side.
Oh boy.
Probably down that way.
Well, let's do it.
This was kind of treacherous, guys.
I'd like one more
This
sailing
rowboat.
lore check.
This rowboat is really transparent.
And my aid.
Please be good.
Might
It's
need
the
it.
wrong one, but it's the same roll.
DC
I
was
have a plus
6.
5 to both, so.
DC was 16. I allow, since you have the same exact sort of training, to transfer it. Like, you know, Rask sort of has better idea, so he takes over in a moment's notice. So you beat the DC of 16.
Thank you.
And you guys make it down to the shore here, and you can sort of park the boat up here. The water's a little bit more calm now that they're protected from much of the larger lake to the south there.
Okay, here we are.
I don't like the look of this.
We kind of pull it up under the sand a little bit to make sure it doesn't just float away.
Wowie, what's this thing?
Cal's gonna jump up onto shore.
Yes. Hit the sand. It's coarse. The lake, of course, not having all that many millennia to break down the clams and seashells and whatever. But still, it's beach. It is a bunch of dead crustaceans that you're standing on.
I like sand.
It's coarse and gets everywhere.
Hmm.
But Rask, as you step here, and you all sort of look at this creature that's about 10 to 15 feet long, 5 feet wide, has these strange, almost fin-like shapes along its back, almost like a carapace, though, and 2 horns going out from the front of it. Definitely some sort of aquatic creature, though a very strange one with very strange features for an aquatic creature.
Can I make an esoteric lore check for what kind of creature this would be? Because it
And a
doesn't
nature
seem
check on this end.
natural.
For that too.
Sure, go for it.
I want to do nature too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still do it.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Oh god, okay.
Oh my goodness.
You guys have never seen anything like this.
I'm hero pointing this.
Rask, nothing like this has ever been fished up, so you have nothing to say about it with your fishing lore.
Something.
Oh wait, no, that was your
Ah,
sailing
there you
lore. Never mind, that's fine. Even so, Rask, your nature check doesn't give you much, but Sforce, you have heard about creatures, not in this lake, but in the ocean near where you grew up. Great creatures that's prowled the ocean. Massive creatures. This one's not that massive, though, but it still matches some of those descriptions of those terrible creatures of the water having horns and many fins and sort of like a carapace-like body. This one may be even a baby version of those myths. Or maybe they were overblown, and they were always this size. Who knows?
Oh, that's sad.
But somehow it made its way all the way down here. Below the world.
It's amazing. I want to look at it like from the other side. Hold on, let me walk around the funny magic circle.
Yeah, a magic circle drawn in the sand, with a peculiar object sitting at its center. Half of the circle seems to have been washed away by the tides already.
Away with the tide.
Cal is much more interested in the circle than the creature.
As you guys are peering over this, Starnberg and Tresser, I need a perception check.
We're like opposites.
clambering out of the water, Starnberg notices, and you guys are not ambushed by these giant crustaceans, crabs, that seem to be protecting their territory. Before you can research any further, you're going to have to deal with them first. I need everyone's initiatives.
The ultimate life forms.
Mm-hmm.
Crab people.
If they're not fish, maybe they're not cursed.
Goodness, sulfurs, these are highly evolved life forms.
Look, I'm hungry, okay?
I rolled perception, so I'm gonna use that. Or do you want me to reroll? I should ask. I should just say.
So, sorry, what were you saying?
You had me roll perception to see if the crabs are coming. I'm asking if I can use that as my initiative.
Oh, yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Now, where are the crabs? Crabs.
Mostly I
How
have
big
you guys do those perception checks to see if they can get closer, that sort of thing.
Oh, that's a good idea. I love this token art for the crabs. How there's like little crabs below them.
Yep. I'm still not as much of a fan of the new bestiary rings. I wish they just stuck with the old, bronze rings, but that's fine. They forced the update on me, and I really couldn't say no. Spores, we start with you.
Right. Spores jerks up and looks from the creature on the ground to instead try to figure out what's up with these crabs. Any specifics about them?
Yeah, nature check. All right, so what 2 things do you want to know? That's a critical success on the recall knowledge.
Lowest save and any special abilities.
Their lowest save is surprisingly their fortitude save. They're pretty soft under their hard shells.
Wonderful.
And you said any special abilities?
Yep.
They are very grabby. They will grab you and pinch you and keep you constricted, essentially.
Yeah, that sounds about for par for early Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh no.
Spores doesn't have much better to do. He flexes his magic fingers and casts a frostbite towards the one at the top right.
Okay.
Northeast.
Yes. They're still sort of very wet from the waters, so the frost hurts them a little bit more. 8 damage. It does certainly hurt them a little bit more, max.
And that's all his actions, but that's some useful info at least.
Yeah.
Frozen crab meat. All right, Treasure.
Crabs or bay.
I'm going to start off strong with exploit vulnerability on the crab.
Okay. Looking for any
Maybe.
vulnerability.
Oh.
Roll the dice. You fail to find any salient weakness. You feel as though you might have found something. There has to be some weakness to these crabs.
Well, I'm close though. To keep the crabs away from sulfurs, I'm going to move up a little bit with a stride.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to strike the crab with my tricky pick.
All right. As you raise your pick, it immediately scuttles as a reaction. After the attack resolves, the crab can stride up to its speed in a straight line.
After the attack?
After the attack, yes. But as it's scuttling, it makes it a little bit more difficult to hit it. Even so, you do still hit. Let's roll out damage. As you
damage.
bash into it using the spiky end of the pick, it has some difficulty.
What about the personal antithesis?
Personal antithesis, however, is adding to it. It seems as though you found a way to get through its exterior, though its exterior is still also reducing some of your physical damage. So it all evens out there. It's evening out perfectly, in fact.
Darn it, now I want that feat that lets me bypass resistance.
It could have been helpful.
I couldn't have gotten it yet.
Yeah.
Let's just say the personal antithesis is just a weight on my weapon to hit through the shell.
Essentially, yeah.
That's my turn.
All right. Well, after the attack resolves, it's scuttled as part of its reaction, right up next to Starnberg as it starts its turn. With Starnberg, it will go for a claw. As it snaps towards you very quickly. It will hit, just barely. Dealing 7 points of damage. So snapping into you, and as it does so, it will use its athletics check, or rather its grab action, which requires an athletics check to grab. 20 against your fortitude DC of 19. Still grabs.
Very upset.
And as it grabs, it constricts. It sort of squeezes you. I need a fortitude save. It's being squeezed by those heavy pincers. You do, however, succeed at holding back against it, sort of like pushing it, sort of wedging away from the worst of it, but you're still being squeezed somewhat, so you're going to take half damage on this. So the nice thing about Constrict, it doesn't get affected by map, and it still deals damage on successful save. Rask, what do you do?
All right, first thing I got to do is I'm going to gather up water from the area, and will immediately gather up some to pelt the crab above me there.
Mm-hmm.
Use my channel elements, and that also applies a free action basic attack against it.
Absolutely. Shooting the one already frosty to the north. See if you can help push that along.
Make sure I'm using the correct one. Okay, and it is. I'm gathering it into a bludgeoning blast of water.
Mm-hmm. 9 on the dice against the chitinous or chitinous shell. It will also scuttle as a reaction to that. It scuttles right towards you. After the attack resolves, because you missed.
Okay, well, it's right in my range. I have 2 actions. I'm going to put my full force into a strong attack against it.
Okay.
And hope for a great roll.
As you blast it right in front of you.
Hero point.
Okay. Hero point on a 14. Daring,
Fail.
but fails, yes. As you try to bash it in right in front of you, it just doesn't get through that shell. Alright, Sternberg. A little bit grabbed.
A bit grabbed, but shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to try and escape.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like this week, maybe.
Remember, escape does have the attack map thing.
Yeah, I'm aware. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna try and beat the crab off of me. He's just going to raise his cane and just swing it downwards.
That's always an option too. You've had plenty of crab back home.
Gotta crack it open up.
That you certainly
It was more of
do.
the lobster type.
Smashing it down. Well, yeah, crab used to be the kind of like, right? I think even lobster used to be like the poor man's like thing before it became, I don't know, in the 50s or something. Anyway, 16 damage. You smash into it. It goes right past its resistances, but it's not weak to it, so it's still just barely holding on.
Well, map attack, may as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is 2 in person.
Though as you try to raise it up once more, it gets savvy to it and dodges out of the way. But maybe an ally can help free you. At some point.
Yes. Map attack number 3, may as well.
Yeah, go for it. Nothing else to do, but you would have to
love
had
Flurry
roll
Ranger.
a natural 20, yes. Alright,
And
Cal.
turn.
Cal's gonna draw his bow down on this one right next to him and Rask.
Mm-hmm.
Try to deal with it. He's gonna try something a little different and try to light it on fire.
Sure.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. Using up those hero points very quickly today. 5 on the dice just wasn't going to cut it either way.
That was a spell strike, so that was 2 actions.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be smart here and just try it away.
Okay.
It's a shame that the campaign is going to end on a few crabs. Just kidding. They're not gonna repeatedly chain crit us to death.
Oh, hey, careful with the fire.
Rask,
one
you've got
here.
this.
Rushes over towards Tresser. Goes for a claw strike. 11 on the dice will be a hit. They're rolling pretty well. A 9 on the dice of the damage too. 13 total. As Tresser, you
Ow.
get pretty badly pinched by it. It's going to go for a grab as well. Try to keep a hold of you. 7 on the dice plus that. 15 total. What's your DC of Fortitude?
17.
So it cannot get a hold at the very least.
If it's 10 plus the modifier.
Always is.
Awesome.
Now this one here, scuttled straight towards Rask, so it's going to go for Rask. First claw strike. 2 on the dice is certainly not going to do it. So you sort of dive away from it as it's sort of stumbling in the sand. It does, though, get you with its other claw. For a total of 10 damage to you, Rask. And now it goes for an athletics check, though this has to be at map because it goes off the second attack that it tried there. So it
Okay.
will fail to get a hold of you.
And I use my reaction
Oh, yes, yes.
to. I'm just gonna. No, I'm gonna use my reaction. No, never mind. Full the defense one.
Yes,
I
yes.
bring up a little bit of water to blunt some of that slashing damage.
Mm-hmm. Tries to slide towards you. Slide is a word, yeah. Spores. Back to you.
Forrest is going to start off by trying to free his pal Starnberg with a frostbite against the crab grabbing him.
It's barely holding on. It's like already smashed in, but somehow it's still holding. Maybe some frost will detach it there. Well, it succeeds, but as long as you don't...
Half.
I think it can't have down to 0, so it's always going to take that damage, always going to be dead. Being Starnberg.
Alright, and then Swords is going to finish that off by trying to get some wind under Starnberg's sails with a guidance.
Mm-hmm. We're doing all the nautical themed things here. Wind in the sails and crab.
Not much wind
love it.
under here, unfortunately, but hey. And that's it for Swords' turn.
Well, you guys know, playing nautical themed characters, I always have to have some nautical stuff in the campaign. Don't you worry. Tresser.
Alright,
Makes me
I'm going
happy.
to start by exploiting the vulnerability of this crab.
Yep.
I presume that no mortal weakness.
That is a success. And now, I can tell you, whenever a creature has something in its passives that also says a vulnerability of some sort, I will reveal it to you as well.
Oh,
It can be flipped over.
that's really cool. I'm bad at doing that, but keep that in mind, Starnberg. I will relay that information. For my second action, I'd like to change my tricky pick from piercing to bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm, that'll help.
And lastly, I'm going to make a strike, leaving my reaction for amulet.
You fold the sort of pick end down to its sort of side where it has a big block of bludgeoningness to it, but you fail to hit.
What end? I feel that. That's my turn. I don't have
Alrighty.
any more hero points.
This one is dead, so we go straight to Rask.
Cool. Well, there's no flank to set up, so at least not here. And this is the injured one, so I will go full force attack on it.
Okay.
2 action melee strike. Going all bludgeoning there.
2 on the dice.
I'm not hero point.
Okay.
Oh no, it's the centipedes all over again.
That will certainly hit. Roll the damage.
That's better.
Now blast some water into it. Some ice. For a really good roll too. Total of 12. Nearly destroys it.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to do a follow-up attack.
Mm-hmm.
converting some of that water into an icy blade.
This time it will scuttle against this one, giving itself 2 AC. But of course, you still resolve the attack and then it moves. Let's see.
Okay. Set ice. If it's still up to me, then yes. Then I will strike it there.
Let's try to
Not
strike
looking
it.
good.
It quickly scuttles that way, straight into the midst of your allies.
Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah, it can only
On the
go
crab's part, I think.
one direction. Or, well, it can go in a straight line, so it can go anywhere. But wanted to go here for the future.
And the icicle melts instantly.
Starbrook.
He broke one crab open, he can certainly break open another. Though I think I'll actually go for a trip.
All right.
Use your guidance.
No problem. Certainly will.
See if you can flip this guy over. 7 of the dice. Failed, unfortunately. Okay. 9 of the dice. Misses by 1, even with the guidance, unfortunately. Just can't get a hold of it.
Incredibly annoying. I'm going to then try and demoralize it. May as well before I go for an attack.
Okay.
I have an intimidating glare, obviously, so language barrier is the problem.
Yeah.
Next time, demoralize before trip would be better.
Looks up
Yeah,
at you.
Delicious.
16 against their will DC. Their will DC is surprisingly better than their fort. They succeed.
You cannot resist the will of the
Smile
crab.
crabs.
This crab is not taking your crap today.
Well, when in doubt, use violence.
Yeah, let's see.
Starbuck will apply violence to the crab.
12 with map is not gonna cut it. Still holds up.
And right there.
Cal. A
Okay.
weak crab in front of you.
It's gonna. One second. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fire a. I should do a shooting star on it
Okay.
to recharge my spell strength.
Quick blinking bolt of starlight.
One right in front of it.
It's taken on a silvery sheen, though, as you shoot it off. And it misses as well.
Use a hero point.
Okay. You have to roll higher than a 10 sometimes. Unfortunately, not going to hit.
You know what? Fine. I'm gonna cast Timber
Okay.
on this near death one.
See if it works. There's a small dead mushroom. Falls
How
on
are you
it.
aiming this?
Very carefully.
Yeah, carefully
You know
enough.
Please roll. Oh my-
Succeeds. It'll take half damage. Only takes 1 as it sort of gets side swiped by it.
Bonk.
That's all 3 of my actions.
Sorry about the dog.
Alright. Claw goes to Tresser. Tresser gets hit by the claw just exactly. Decent damage to 9. You do have your amulet. Tresser.
Alrighty, let's try this again. Let's strike the crab.
No, you're being
It's
attacked.
you're being
Oh.
attacked by the crab.
I'm going to use amulet.
Yes.
The crab is grabbing you.
Swiping, pincering. There's only so many ways I could describe a crab. But yes,
It's a crab.
goes for a grab action. Natural 1, because it failed its athletics check, or it failed critically on its grab. That means, let's see. Ta-da. If your target can either grab you as if it succeeded at using the grapple action against you, or it can force you to fall prone.
Prone, 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 prone.
As it sort of overextends itself, it immediately gets flipped over down onto the ground.
I love
And,
this.
well, flip it on the back in addition. Crab that's flipped. Well, you need to critically succeed to flip them onto their backs.
Oh, I
Technically.
need to make a check?
Well, no. You make them prone as if you succeeded. You don't get to make a check. It's free, certainly.
Okay.
But it'll
I'm taking it.
just use its third action to get up from prone.
Oh.
That'll be its turn, though. Wasted a lot of it. Now, this near-death one is going to strike at Cal. With a claw. Natural 20 on Cal. Unfortunately, since you weren't able to kill it, it gets a lucky shot in. Luckily, low dice, 12 damage. You cringe.
Imagine getting hit by a crab.
I can't.
With your pitiful posturing and your cringe attitude against it, you reduce the damage by actually a pretty substantial amount. Good thing you had that.
That is not based, crab.
It does grab onto you, though. And it will constrict you. I need a fortitude save. Or you can click it in chat. 8 on dice. You do fail. You'll take the full constriction damage as it's sort of trying to squeeze you in half. You only take 6, though. It's not doing that much. But still a lot to you. Now, still these 2 crabs left. One unharmed. Hopefully you guys can deal with them this turn. Before they do some more harm to you. What do you do, Sforce?
Unharmed. Oh, wait, no, I hit the other card.
You're,
Never mind.
you're muted, Yeggs.
Oh, sorry.
Assume-
Let's try to finish off the other one first. And yeah.
Roll the damage. See if you can roll enough. If you can, it might die. You do not. It's still
Oh my
alive.
goodness.
Punch it.
All right.
Punch it.
Swears is now going to cast guidance on Tresor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Trying to get Tressor's actions. You send that over to him. Tressor, your turn then. See you do something.
Alrighty. Let's bonk him.
Mm-hmm. 10 will not do it.
No.
In fact, it scuttles. We'll go there.
Alrighty. Then for my second action, I'm going to step to flank the crab.
Mm-hmm.
And for my third, I'm going to make a map attack.
Go for it. Flank might certainly help you, but not with a 6.
Oh, come on. The dice is on the edge of my screen. It should have been a 16.
Having so much trouble with these crabs. Rask, your turn.
Yeep. I rush into the fray
Mm-hmm. Nice flank.
and bring up water in both fists and slam it down into this thing with full force.
All right. This should do it.
You say that. You say that,
I try to manifest things sometimes. Yeah, there we go.
but I
Critical.
crit.
Mm-hmm.
This kills the crab.
You bring up your fist and slam straight into its back, cracking it in two, essentially. It is dead.
Max damage went too.
Only one crab remains.
I'm very pleased.
So, Starnberg.
Oh,
was that only one
interesting.
action?
I apparently accidentally one-actioned it, which means I still have an entire action left.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can go with that.
Cool. Follow-up strike. The water bounces from that to the other one or something. Yeah. And it just
Quickly
kind of like splashes it gently.
melts. You sort of send it off, but yeah, nothing there. Starnberg, redeem yourself.
It's worth a try.
Surely I'll.
Oh, sorry, I should
another
have throwed.
attack. I'm just gonna keep laying into it.
Yeah. Seven's not gonna do it. Gets my
Try
rolls.
Using my backswing.
Mm-hmm. 13. Even with backswing, just not enough. You need a 15.
Probably.
Cal, your turn.
I'm so sick of these crabs.
Sure strike. All right.
Sure strike, I'm spell strike.
Sure strike. Spell strike.
We're gonna go for that nice flaming arrow again. Let's poke the crab.
Mm-hmm. And for the perfect shot around your allies, I do see a hit for all the damage. 5 on the dice for the shot, and 9 for the flames. Total of not all that much from the piercing, but certainly plenty from the fire. It's injured. Take another good hit like that, though, to bring it down.
I'm sure you guys can handle this crab, right?
Now here, it was going to go for spores because it had a flank, so it's going to go for spores. 17 will be a hit. Luckily, no crit because there's no flank. So you take 10. And Tresser, you have an opportunity as well
Awesome.
to emulate.
Oh yes, I'm gonna use that.
Mm-hmm. Just that by a bit as it gets a hold of you, or we'll try to. Let's do that athletic check one last time, hopefully. Well, that'll be critical. You're restrained, in fact.
Whoa.
Yeah, my fort's terrible.
It's got a hold of you perfectly there. I need a fortitude save for the constriction.
Hate to see that.
Mm-hmm. That'll be full damage there as well. Luckily not critically failing. You take 7 more damage.
Ow, 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 ow.
It's really hurting. You are restrained at the start of your turn. You can, of course, delay to see if your allies do something.
Yep, I'm gonna delay until I'm going to just leave the turn order, period.
Dresser.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Hey, hitting this crab.
Alright.
Tenderize the crab.
Crab.
14 should do it. Alright.
Yeah.
So raise the pickup, the bludgeoning end, you slam it into them. 6 damage plus the weakness should be applying. 9 total, it's barely alive.
Okay, I was waiting for you to say scuttle or anything, but
Nope, didn't do scuttle there.
That's what I missed.
okay. Gonna do a map attack.
Well, you can do it on a hit too, but it's just not scuttling.
Oh.
He has nowhere to go.
Okay. Any consequences from that?
Nope.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go for the third map attack.
Yeah, let's see. Basically, I have to
Bloody
roll in that
Ranger.
20, but, well, hey, there,
Oh, there
it
it
is.
is.
Okay. You only hit, though, because you would have only missed on that total.
That's fine. That was really funny. Only if you get a 20.
And you get a 20. Finish it off.
That's
So
great.
sick of these crabs. You slam into it one more time, and it's dead. And that'll be the winner.
Stupid crabs.
Wildlife has
Easily.
been so aggressive as of late here.
500.
Torres sluggishly picks himself up, but then starts shouting. Kyle, what was that? I thought you awakened your psychic powers or something. Why are you still trying to set everyone on fire?
The psychic powers don't work on crabs, okay?
These must have a lot of meat in them.
What? Why do you keep doing that? Why do you?
Why are crabs
What's
immune
with
to
you and fire?
What do you mean? Is there something wrong
I-
with fire?
It's so it's not my fault though. Okay.
Do you think the curse affects them?
As far as give yourself a hero point.
Never mind. Sorry.
Soares, are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Why are you lying to me?
We could take the
God,
meat
it
and
looked
mix it up with
familiar.
shrooms and make some cakes out of them.
Ras, you probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, hey, VG Varus
Oh,
again.
right.
Thank you for
We
the raid.
have a That's right. We have a test to do. You're right.
No, if these things have been eating fish, they're also going to be plagued.
Oh, right.
But yes, after you
I can't
guys.
help but wonder.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Well, no. Continue.
Yeah, okay. I can't help but wonder if those crabs are drawn here, or if we just happened to stumble upon them.
Well, as you guys have defeated the crabs and their blood washes into the waters here, Cal, we're curious about this ritual circle next to the strange, well, dead creature. Correct?
Indeed. Yep. I'm curious what the object is in the center and what the runes mean.
Oh yes, Tresor. Yeah, good catch. That's 80
Yeah.
experience points. Cal, yes,
Just before we forget.
an Arcana check, and you also notice that there looks to be some sort of natural item in the center of this. That'd be more of a naturalist's expertise. But you can look at the ritual circle though too.
Soros, can you look at this thing in the middle while I check out the sigils?
Yeah, I can do that.
And I want to do a round of healing on everybody.
Mm-hmm. As far as it's strange, you've seen that before. That's a pine cone, actually.
Oh,
You're not sure why it's the center of a ritual, though. Good heals there. And Cow, as you're looking at the ritual circle, it's difficult to tell, especially since part of it has washed away. You'd hazard a guess that this certainly has something to do with what's been going on with the curse, the waters around here. And as you're standing here as well, you can't help but notice that that pine cone is amber in color. Like flame. Like an ember.
As far as anything from you about this?
mushroom spores? This is kind of like that, except for the tree we got from underneath Durzak.
That's related to the tree?
Yeah, it's like a baby tree.
Kel's gonna go pick it up out of the circle.
As you pick it up, you sort of mull it over a little bit. Unless somebody else who knows much about nature can tell you, you are a little bit out of your league trying to identify its magical properties, which you can guess it has some, because it's the center of a ritual.
What about you, brother? Can you tell me anything about this?
Well, if I... Let me think. It's kind of...
You can tell
23.
that this pine cone seems to have at one point been the holder of great power. Now, though, it seems to be only a husk of its former abilities. It seems to have been spent, in a way, from this ritual. There is some semblance of its primal powers that still seem to thrum within its core, though. You imagine, especially with Cal, you could put together something. Even just strap it to the top of a staff and infuse it with some of your daily preparations. Could create an air, earth, fire, or water staff. Once you have time to do it.
Cool.
Here, I'll actually reveal it there. So you guys can pick it up.
Elemental staff.
Looking at spores.
Chesser,
Yeah.
roll me an esoteric lore check.
Oh, my favorite proficiency.
So you're looking at
It can
this.
be
Sorry, go ahead first.
it can be a separate crafter and a separate naturalist working on the same staff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, thank goodness.
Chesser, once again, just like that other thing about the chalice, something is peeking at the back of your mind about the significance of a pine cone esoterically.
Hmm. It's a pine cone.
Symbolism behind it, something.
It's spiky, it's a seed bearer. Well, pollen, but I won't get into the semantics of pine tree reproduction here.
Do you think this could have been some kind of a ritual to attempt to bring this creature back to life?
That sounds like it could be it. Either they succeeded or they made new life.
Well, as you're looking at the creature, there are these heavy marks along it, as if it had been rent into by something. It'd be a medicine check, perhaps, to identify.
I shall provide exactly that.
Sorry if you're barely surviving as we end the session, close to.
No, it's completely fine.
I know you're sick. Starnberg, at the very least, you can understand that those marks are not claw marks, but jaw marks. They have serrated edges to them.
I knew it.
Someone or something bit into this, so I get the feeling that whatever was summoned here is our little problem shark that has been terrorizing the waters.
Or Voresh, the unsated beast, was responsible for killing this, and this was a ritual meant to punish. This could be the source of the ritual, in revenge for what it did to this thing.
This is a creature of myth. I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but I guess this thing is a baby.
Well,
Yeah,
it sure
I think-
didn't draw that circle.
So is the Voresh the one that is cursed then, or is it the fish? Is Voresh transferring the curse to the fish?
I heard from that other kobold that Voresh is the one being cursed.
Whitefin.
Whitefin, I knew his name.
But he said that the fish were being cursed so that it would poison Voresh, basically, right? Or at least that was Whitefin's theory.
Okay, so if that's the case, how do we reverse this?
Tresser certainly is an esotericist. Maybe another esoteric lore check.
Esoteric lore to see how to break the curse, kill the beast, stop the sickness. There we go.
Oh
The
my.
only way to end the curse is to end the suffering. The creature that's suffering is Voresh.
So yeah, we have to kill this suffering beast.
I certainly have no objection to that, given that it puts my entire living at risk.
And
Sense.
Chesser, just because you have a critical success, something also peeks at the back of your mind. You look around yourself, and there's a lot of blood in the water now that those crabs are dead.
Oh. Hey, we should like take some steps away from the shore towards Midland. Like, that blood. What? I don't think we're gonna be alone for very long.
For better or for worse.
I mean, it can't
Yeah.
walk on land, can it? No.
If we're going shark hunting. We should patch ourselves up.
Starbrick, are you able to assist with that?
You might only have 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I should probably patch myself up.
Push comes to shove, I can 3-action heal.
Good, do it.
And technically, since 10 minutes will pass, I think Rask can spam again one more time.
I would be okay with this.
Give me that healing.
I'll let you point that.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a success, yeah. 2d8.
2d8, thank you.
Really good roll too. 13. Should be plenty. Since you guys have the opportunity to prepare, you have things in your backs or backpacks, you have potions, you have stuff.
Potion. I don't have any potions. Anybody have a potion, or should I?
They're all in the party inventory.
Oh yeah.
Were we tracking basic ammo?
No, not at all.
Okay, just special ammo.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
just
I am going to drink an elixir of life.
Wait, before
Okay,
you
but
do
make
that,
sure
I
you
think
take the
we
heal
should
first.
probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take the heal first. Sorry. I'm not using that yet.
Thank you.
Apply healing. So 1d6.
I see a
I-
Oh,
first.
thank goodness, 4's got a 7.
Yes, I could still use this.
Alright, do you think we need a 3-action heal, or are we good with this?
Yo, Max.
We're good with this. We don't need to spend the heal.
Alright. I'll keep it, hold
Sippy.
it back in case someone instantly gets gibbed.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that on barely injured.
You guys recognize that, judging by how far the shark can go to follow down blood in the water, or maybe it just wasn't around to smell it for a little bit, you had a little bit of time to heal up, to drink down some potions, to get a little bit of a splash of refreshing water. But it is not long before you start to see once again that fin, that long, brackish looking fin of a sickly texture raking its way through the waters. It's sort of passing to and fro from the pillars of rock here, sort of trying to mask its approach, going backwards and forwards and then back again, though with all 5 of you watching out for it. It's pretty apparent that it is coming front and center very quickly. As you see its massive form rise out of the water, its sort of skin is pale, it's losing scales, probably lost most of them. Its skin itself is, that pale, brackish yellow. Its teeth are falling out. It doesn't look that great. It looks weak, even in a way. But yes, it is still a massive beast. It is still a shark in these waters. It is still its ancient predator. And it is looking for blood.
Did it get bigger? It wasn't this big when we were back in the boathouse, right? Wasn't just me, right?
I mean, it's scary when it's coming after you. But if we stay on the shore here, we'll be fine, right?
Right. We'll figure that out next time, though. I think we shouldn't get into another big combat at 9:16.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So yeah, that's where we'll end things. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Raid, Vici Bears, and all of you. We will do this every week, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time of America time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And Rask, Chris, you stream.
You bet. Hi there. I am Chris Kobold, the player of Rask, and I stream here on Twitch on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 6 o'clock Central Time, p.m. Doing lots of Indian puzzle games lately. It's a lot of Talos Principle. So come by sometime. It'll be fun.
And with that, Do note as well, every single map that you will ever see in this campaign is of my own creation and is up on my Patreon. I actually just released the first 10 maps that the party has been through up on the Patreon. So if you want to get them, go and subscribe at the Shaman tier. Because they're bonus maps, they're special. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week. See y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.